Hey guys, I was reading a book called Gardening Indoors with Soil and Hydroponics, and they mentioned in there a method to get your seeds to germinate faster by damaging the outer coating of the seed to let moisture in. And I thought I'd do an experiment with their different methods and see if it actually does germinate seeds faster. And I thought I'd try it on my Kentucky Wonder Beans I had from last year. And we'll see how they do with the different methods. Alright, the first method I'm going to show you is using sandpaper, and I'm going to call this heavily sanded because I'm going to actually take the seed and rub it on the sandpaper until it has white showing, but you don't want to go too far into that because it'll damage the seed. Another way you can do it is, here, let me zoom out a bit, is take a bunch of seeds like that, and take a little bit of sandpaper like this and just rub them like that. And let me show you another method I came up with. Alright, here's one way I thought of to do the seeds faster, to do a bunch at once. I cut a strip of that sandpaper and I'm just going to put it around the inside of this can like that, you can see. And now I can throw a bunch of beans in there and put a top on it and give it a spin. I'm going to go like 10 minutes with this. But if you want, you can put more seeds in it. I'll call this batch lightly sanded because it's not going to damage the seed too much. It'll just damage the coating a little bit, put scratches in it, and I hope to allow moisture into the seed that way. So let me show you what I'm going to do next. Okay, the next method we're going to try is I took a bowl of water and put it in the microwave, brought it to a boil, and it cooled off for about a minute now. And just drop the seeds in. And let me zoom in here so we can take a look at them and how they do. And it's supposed to crack the outer coating, so let's see how long that takes. And they say to let it cool off in the bowl, and you're good to go after that. But you do need to plant them right away because once that seed coating is ruined, you can't store them anymore. So let's see how this goes. Okay, the water cooled, I brought out the beans, and as you can see, the outer coating of the seeds are damaged. And you wouldn't think this would work because it's like cooking the beans. So we'll see if it does work. Well, one other method that they mentioned in the book was to use acid. Not taking acid, but to use acid to lightly damage the seed coat so that water gets through the seed coat. But I'm not going to do that. It doesn't sound too safe. And the main reason is because, well, I don't think these guys would be too happy if I went up to their door and asked for a cup of acid. They have phosphoric, nitric, and sulfuric. Oh well. Maybe they would if I said pretty please. Alright, this is my experimental planter in this sunny window. And you can see here I have the beans separated by the kind. These are normal, untouched. These are lightly sanded. And these right here are the heavily sanded beans. And right here, these are the boiled beans. So I'll just stick those in and give them a spritz of water, put some plastic on top, and may the best bean win. Alright, here we are, 49 hours later from when I planted these in. And let me give you a look because we're starting to have some results. Alright, first we'll take a look at the boiled seeds. And actually they're starting to come up. You can see right there. And I'm surprised because after being in that hot water I didn't think they'd pop up, but I guess that works. And then over here in the next tray is the heavily sanded seeds. You can see one right there coming up. And then down here there's another one. And another one right there poking its way out. And then let's go over here to the lightly sanded seeds. And this one seems to be doing the best. I see well, 2 or 3 popping out here. Actually, it's about as equal as the heavily sanded. You can see one starting to sprout back there. And then over to the normal untouched seeds, I have no activity at all. So this is working, the scarification, and we'll see how it goes for another 24 hours and what we have tomorrow. Okay, here we are at 72 hours since planting the seeds, and you can see on the boiled I still only have one coming up, and over here on the heavily sanded I have all 4 coming up, and then over here on the lightly sanded I have 4 coming up, and then over here on the ones that weren't sanded at all or messed with in any way, there are 0 coming up. So that gives you an idea of what's going on here, and I'll do another update in another 24 hours. Alright, fast forward, here we are at 96 hours. The boiled ones, only 1 has come up still, so I'm thinking that the other 3 have died. Maybe boiled them too long. And here are the heavily sanded, are starting to get leaves. All 4 are coming up. The lightly sanded, all 4 are coming up and also getting leaves. And overnight, the untouched seeds, normal, they haven't done anything to, are starting to come up too. But they are a little bit behind the other seeds. So the seed scarification does work. You'll gain a little bit of time, but maybe it makes a bigger difference on different seeds because beans do sprout pretty fast. But I'll give these another 24 hours here and see where they're at. Okay, here we are, 128 hours later. I meant to get in here earlier, but it didn't work out today. Here's the boiled bean. I'm assuming the other beans are dead, and I'm guessing that I shouldn't have boiled them so long or had them in hot water so long. I guess you should take them out when the cracks start showing in the beans and pull them out right away after that. Here are my heavily sanded ones. And those look pretty good, starting to get leaves. And here are the lightly sanded ones. Those look about the same. And down here at the end are the ones that weren't touched at all and just planted normally. And although those took 2 days longer to pop out, they're about caught up with the rest of them. So there's not much difference, and I'm guessing that's just because beans tend to grow fast. So that ends this experiment. It did germinate faster, and that was about it. So that's all I have for you on this subject, and it was fun to try. So take care, everybody.